Sorry, it's been so long since I made a video, and I know my eyes are going to be kind of, because I can't remember if the camera's over there or over here. I'm hoping my lighting works good. I'm trying a new different little hairstyle. I'll show you the specifics of it later. So things have happened since my last video. As you see, I have a nose ring now. I got that back in April, I believe it was. Digging it. Yeah, I've been wanting it forever. Number 2, my little one is now in kindergarten, so now I don't have to make videos while she's napping because she's in school. But still, it's going to be usually on my Tuesdays and Thursdays. And what I've decided to do, and if you approve, leave me a comment below and tell me if you dig it. So one of the main reasons why I haven't done a video in a while, other than life, because I don't always know what to do. So what I've decided to do is, since I'm part of Ipsy, from now on when I get my Ipsy bags in, I will keep them together and work on making a look with the contents of my Ipsy bag, other than like fingernail polish. I won't do that because, you know, that's very time consuming. So tell me if you dig that. I'm hoping my lighting works. If you like it, leave a comment down below again. What I have on is my big light. I have my mirror light, which I can turn on or off. I think it looks better on, but while I'm talking, I don't want it to radiate heat. I have 2 different selfie lights. I have this one and I have one that's on my phone. My phone is sitting on a tripod because usually I'm having it up against something or whatever, what have you. I decided to treat myself probably a few months ago to a tripod instead of a camera. A camera would have cost like $300-400. Tripod for my cell phone to make it into a camera itself was only $20. Comes with a little flasher. Comes with a little light. A little remote to where I can take pictures and I could be like away and just. It's not on right now because I rebooted my phone. I'm hoping y'all dig my videos. I try to make it not just me just talking about what I'm doing with my face and what have you, but also kind of give you a little personalness, you know, kind of give you some coolness, some vibe, some personality, some fierceness, all that good stuff. So anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get going. So before I put makeup on, as usual, I was a bad girl. I went to sleep with what makeup that I put on yesterday, which was just eyeliner for work. But anyways, I've cleaned my entire face, and I'm not sponsored by anybody because I think I have like 7 followers. I'm hoping that ends up getting to more followers, but we'll see. But anyways, so I washed my face. I don't use soap and water that often because it tends to dry out my skin. If I do use any kind of soap, I use something that's very gentle. I use Pause for the Cause. So I'm hoping I have everything that I need out because I'm going to try to not do as many Pause for the Causes, even though it's for a cause. So anyways, if I do wash my face with any kind of soap, what I use is this. I'm trying to get it in better lighting. Eventually, I'll get my editing and stuff down because I know this looks backwards, and I apologize. But this is the Parents' Choice Tear-Free Wash and Shampoo. I use this on my face. It does a whole lot better than I think than soap and water does. Because, if it gets in your eyes, it's not going to burn. It's gentle for your face, I find. The only issues I have with my face now is because of some new stuff that I was trying out. But like I said, I'll get into all that stuff later. So anyways, when you shower, this would be a perfect thing to use. I also use the lavender one. And then I use just the Johnson & Johnson's, the yellow baby shampoo. I use that on my face. And it's actually been doing very well. Like, I don't have breakouts nearly as bad as I used to, and all that kind of stuff. And still, I use these. These I use to take my makeup off, and then whenever I hop in the shower, this is my go-to. So, like I said, I've already washed my face with my wipes. What I then put on is I put on this collagen moisturizer. It's the Equate brand. It's night and day cream. So I put some of that on there. And then my wonderful sister-in-law, Whitney, hey girl, if you're watching, gave me this. And this I also have on my face right now. I don't know if you can tell. But this is a either Wonder or Wander Beauty. It's Glow Ahead. It's illuminating face oil, and I really like how it is on my face. Like, you can't really tell it, but I can tell it's very moisturized with using these two. Typically I also use any kind of Olay. I have this one, and I have a bottle that's somewhere. I'm not going to search for it because, like I said, I'm trying to do not as many pause for the causes because I have everything I should need here. So yeah. So today's look, I decided to do something a little bright. I'm going to attempt to do lashes on screen again. We're going to see how that's going to go. So before I get into that, I'm going to let you know about this little issue that I have that you probably can't really tell on my forehead. I'm going to get up close and personal with the camera. I don't know if you could tell that I have some redness here, but there's some also little bitty dots. What it was is, I think, because I'm always very aware of if I try anything new or what have you. I'm trying to think of where it is. But it is something that came in one of, it was not in the Ipsy bag, I don't think. No. This is something that a friend of mine gave me. And it seemed like as soon as I started using it, it started doing that. So I haven't been using it anymore. So I might end up either throwing it away or giving it away. But it's a brow gel. But it might have something in there that I'm allergic to, and I don't know what it is. But it's Feel and Tame Brow Gel. It is, it says I don't know. Some kind of beauty, BB is the brand, but it's this little doodly daddly here. But it seemed like as soon as I started using that, I got a breakout like right here. And it's funny because if it had been anything else, it would have been everywhere, but it was just right here. And I think what it was is I might have got more on my skin than I did on the brow, so I might not give up on it totally yet. But anyways, so back to the hair. I'm trying a new do. I've been trying to do more things with my natural hair instead of straightening it all the time like I used to. I know I'm talking on and on, but I promise I will get to the makeup. So what it is I braided it here from the bottom up to here. And then I made these cute little buns. I know it's probably very crooked in the back, and I'm hoping I had a good angle on that. So, yeah. Alright, so we're going to get to the makeup. I'm going to go ahead and turn my mirror light on. So that way I have some lighting on this side and lighting on this side. So that way it's kind of more of an evenness. I didn't even put my necklace on. I just thought about that. Let me put that on. So I'm going to try to go back to trying to make a video once a week. Typically on Tuesday, unless I have something that comes up. Because Thursdays don't really work for me. Whenever it's pay week, that's usually my day to go grocery shopping. You know, mom life. Wonderful. Alright, so we're going to get this party rolling. You know what? I really need some music. So we're going to pause for the cause. I'm going to turn something on so that way I have something kind of in the background. Alright, you can't really hear that. You hear more of the air conditioner and the fan, I know. But anyways, typical Texas weather. That's just how it's going to be. Alright, so we're going to get going on some faces. So I have everything in a little basket, and I'm hoping that kind of keeps me from having to go off screen and do pauses for the cause. Just trying to get everything lined up here and get my primers and my concealers and all that good stuff, and you know, all that good gobbledygook. And I don't know what I did with my. Okay, there's my foundation. Alright. So, we are going to work on our face, get it primed and concealed and all that good stuff. And I'm just going to squirt this on my skin. This here is my usual primer. I'm going to have to eventually figure out get some more before it runs out. I know I'm not supposed to use that much, but it's been a whole minute, so I'm kind of getting back into the flow of things. So as typical, that's my Maybelline Master Prime. Blur is Smooth. It's number 100 right there. This is something that was handed down to me because the person that gave it to me no longer used it, or only used it once and didn't like it. So I don't know how much it usually runs, so I'm sorry I don't have those tidbits for you. I'm going to use my foundation brush to smooth that in. None of my beauty blenders are close by, so I'm probably going to be making a pretty big mess with all this stuff. Just letting you know ahead of time. Now, if you see me looking off, it's because of the different angles of the mirrors, and I just want to make sure I have everything blended in. Luckily, I'll remember to put my contacts in, so that way I can at least see, because typically when I'm getting ready for work, I don't use my contacts that often, and so I'm all up on things like this, trying to see. That itch is really good right there. You can see how red it is because it's probably irritated by what I'm doing to my face. Now, that kind of tells you more of where my breakout is, right there in that area. Now you can see that little dot there. Alright, so we got that blended in pretty good. Yeah, this is probably going to be a long video. I apologize, folks. Alright, now we're going to get, forget this. Okay, so I'm going to use this because this is my eyelid primer for my eyeshadow, and I want these colors to pop as much as possible. I'm going to use my concealer brush again and just blend that in, try to get some on that lower lid as well. And I'll tell you what this is as soon as I get through with my eyelids. Also, a few weeks ago, I had a sty, and of course, I wanted to make a makeup video, and I wanted to do one of my usual little photo shoots to show off my beautiful makeup, and I had a sty that was hideous. It was on this eye, and I didn't even want to be at work, but I had no choice in the matter. I had to, and I couldn't wear makeup. And then before that, it was allergies. I had this bad cough and everything. Alright, so now we have our eyes all nice and primed. Alright, so this here is my foundation brush. It is e.l.f. brand. I'm trying to get it to where you can see it. I have one of my bristles somewhere that's tickling. But it's the foundation brush, e.l.f. Then I also have e.l.f. This is another e.l.f. product. It is an eyelid or eyeshadow primer. It's number 21711. It's sheer. Is what the color of it is. You can't really see because all these lights. Now I'm going to go in with some concealers for my dark areas here. And I'm also going to do a little bit of this. And then we'll go in with a little foundation. My little acne scars. If you're like me, I like to pick my pimples, and then it leaves my little hideous marks there. I'm just going to go ahead and use my foundation brush again to blend this in. After a while, it tends to fade. It's not concealing that very good. I think because I didn't get my orange. But I don't know where that is right now, and I don't feel like looking for it, so I'm not going to. That looks funny when I do that. missed you guys. I hope y'all missed me, and I hope you're back and doing well. We'll go ahead and blend that up into the top lid there. Alright, so now it'll look kind of like a ghost a little bit, but that's alright because it'll get looking pretty good later, I hope. Alrighty, so now after making my eyes water really good, I'm going to take my fingers and I'm going to blend that in a little bit more to kind of make it to where my wrinkles aren't as prominent as I was making it, but unfortunately my eye is watering, so now it's watery there. Only because I got really close to my tear ducts and stuff there. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to get my foundation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this one with this lighter shade of foundation to just kind of make a good blend, I hope. Alright, let me pause for a minute. Alright, sorry about that. I had to reapply because my eyes were watering and it was taking off of my stuff there. And then come to find out, I accidentally got a little bit of the stuff on my contact, so my eyes are a little blurry. Okay. Now, I'm going to take one of these nice and fancy little brushes here, and I'm going to put some foundation on there. And as I said, I'm going to use 2 different colors to try to get a good blend together. This one here is a little lighter, so I'm pretty light-skinned. I'm not going to use a whole lot because it says to not use a whole lot. So the darker one is my classic beige. It's number 371C. It is Wet n Wild brand, and this is one that I got in a baggie from a family member. It is a Muse Cosmetics Flawless Liquid Foundation. It says light beige. So I'm just going to dab around my face with it first. And then I'm going to slowly start working it. I also have chapstick on my lips to help moisturize until I get ready to do my lips. See, that's a pretty good blend. It's not too dark, not too light. Well, I kind of look like a geisha right now. But hopefully, when I get my other colors blended in there, it'll look a little bit better. And it won't look as white. Poor little nose ring is covered. Alright. So now I'm going to take... I went ahead and grabbed one of my beauty blenders. I'm going to take it and Start working that in and getting some of that excess out. I should have wet it. I'm sorry. Alright, so there's that. Okay. So now, we're going to take this nice bronzer here. I'm going to take this big one here. I'm just going to go on my entire face and give it a little color. And then we'll take my powder and do the same thing. And the color this is it is light 01. It's Sunkissed Bronzer for face and body. Now we're going to take my typical True Beige powder. And I got the wrong brush. There we go. See, now I don't look too hideous. I don't have that really bright face anymore. Alright, so now let's go to the eyes. I'm going to start with my Morph palette here. It's got all these beautiful colors. The one I'm going to use as a transitioner is going to be the Sunnies. It's the lightest shade on here, so now let me get a brush for that. I'm going to use this end of this brush. Pick any of that up. We're just going to put that all over the lid there. As I said, I wanted to do some really bright colors this time. Put that away. Now I'm going to use my NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette. And I'm going to do kind of a very deep red, not really bright, on my lips. So I want something that's going to transition in or work good. Instead, I want something bright. So let's see. Maybe we do some red and pink. I think that'll be cool. Alright, so we're going to take... Alright, so we're going to take the red first. here on this outer lid. And the color I'm using is this red one right here in the very far top corner. Try to do the same thing on this side. Now we're going to take this other brush, and right next to it we're going to get this pink right here to put on the inner corner. Blend that in as best as we can. Now, I'm going to take my Aurora lights, and I want to take some of this ombre and put it on the very, very, very inner corner of that. So we're going to take this little brush here, get a little bit of that, blow off the extra, put that right there on that inner corner and blend it in a little bit with that pink. Give it a little pop there. Do the same thing on this other side. A little bit here. Nice. I'm digging that. Okay. Now, I'm going to work on my brows and go from there. I know I set something here. I'm just going to use my e.l.f. brow pencil. It doesn't really tell me the color. I'm going to brush them out first. And then I'm going to finish with lashes, lips, and highlighter, and maybe a little bit of blush. A little bit thicker there, and I'm going to take my brush and go through them again to kind of get that to even out. Not the best, but it'll work. Trying to make sure you can see it, but I can see what I'm doing as well. Not my best work, but hey, it works. Alright, now we're going to put a little bit of mascara on. This is my favorite. This is Mega Length Mascara. It's Wet n Wild. It's in a purple long thingy, and I just like it because when I use it on my bottom lashes, it makes them pop so much. No, I'm not going to do any liner like I typically do because I'm going to put lashes on. I'll put some liner on my bottom lid. Now I'm going to use my mirror here so that way I can, that way I can be right here. Y'all can still see what I'm doing. This will be my longest video. Alright, I'm going to turn that upside down because I did look on a video and it said the best way to do your lashes is to have a mirror and go this way so that way you can get the angle. I'm going to go ahead and work on those. Got my Kiss adhesive. And I have some of my very, very big mink lashes. I love how full they are. They're very, very extra dramatic, and I love that. So I'm going to go ahead and get some, my lash adhesive is a little clumpy. Sorry. Alright, so I'm going to set that here to get tacky for myself. And I'm going to go ahead and get adhesive on the other one. That way they're both pretty tacky when I get ready to put them on. Put that aside. And then I'm going to get my tweezers. Now that I finally found them. Alright. So I'm going to take my tweezers and grab the lash like this. And now, I'm trying to show you still what I'm doing. I'm going to... It's not going to work, is it? No, because you're not seeing what I'm doing. Okay. Maybe if I do it this angle. Okay, that's not working how I thought it was. Sorry, y'all. Trying to make it to where y'all can see what I'm doing. Like I said, they're very extra. And the ends are not staying down. I'm gonna have to take it off and try it again. Alright, so let's retry.